This grinds my gears. Your boy Jez 7780 with something different. I'm gonna stream some games and talk some tech and what's been going on. I know, I wanted to do this a little earlier. I know Smooth's been doing this Kiro challenge. Check that out, man. That is some funny stuff. He beat the boss, one of the bosses, the first one, I believe. It's been a really good time. Congrats to him, and keep trucking away at it, Smooth. But I've been wanting to start give my impressions on the last things that have been happening with the PlayStation thing and Stadia. And yo, what's up? Don't call me Danny. Grinders round up. But so basically, you just let me know how the audio is, because I'm going to be using my headset. I did also pick up a couple of things in the meantime since the last time I was on, and I figured I'll do some. What's up, the Coon man? How you doing? Do some Division 2. I've been playing a lot of this recently. Division 2. I've been trying to get into. No, I was going to stream, and let me know if my voice is too loud on here. But I gotta tell you, I did the
Agent requesting backup.
So I thought I'd do something different. Instead of just sitting with the mic, I wanted to be messing around with some Division as I progress in this game while doing a podcast, basically, something like that. I'm getting ready to go to PAX, so it's been kind of busy this week, rounding up everything, making sure I got everything all set up. So I'm probably going to do some PAX stuff, either live stream or definitely maybe do a podcast from the hotel room. It grinds my gears. I'm on what I've seen, and on the days I'm going to be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Head up with my cousin, and we go up there every year, so it's gonna be cool. I'm excited to see what they got to show up there, it's gonna be cool. So I'll add some stuff. Maybe I'll even do some video from the ground floor, from the show floor, see how that goes. Major Nelson's podcast, I think, is on Friday night. I think it's on Friday evening. He usually does his podcast from there. I always try to attend because I want to get that Major Nelson swag. He hands out that they've been really, really cheap with the swag. T-shirts and stuff kind of suck. They don't really give out what they used to give out at PAX. But let's do the side mission here.
Some hyenas got their hands on a shape.
But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really cool. Hopefully I get to play. I'm really interested to play some Days Gone. I know that's going to be there. And some of the VR games. The problem was with Sony with their VR things at PAX is that they're going to have, you have to schedule and set up some stuff. So, have the PlayStation app, and you got to kind of hit reservations and do reservations. But usually the Friday you could get a lot in. The Saturday's usually a madhouse for it. So, we'll see how it goes. But it's always interesting to scope out the floor and see what's going on. Microsoft, I'm not sure what they're showing. I know they had a couple of indies. Maybe some of those indie games that they showed today. And maybe they'll have. I don't think they have anything big I don't think they have any gears or anything like that. But I'll tell you what they do there is that they do have some cool shirts and stuff. I bought a Gear shirt last year that was only available on the show floor and stuff like that. But and then they have their typical showcases where you can't buy anything. You gotta take a picture of the hardware and tweet it out. It's annoying as hell. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about that. So I just want to talk about a couple things I picked up. So I've been shopping around for got some crazy ass speakers for a party I had. I picked up the Sony V71. It is a speaker tower. It's one of those party Bluetooth speakers, man. Best Buy had them on sale for $400. It has 360 sound and basically does 360 laser lights, and the thing is loud as hell. I used it for a party, and people tell me to turn it down. That's how loud it was, and it was in a hall. But yeah, you gotta check out the V71 Sony's party box. It is insane. It's a karaoke machine, Bluetooth speaker, has wheels. It's about, I would say, probably about 3.5 feet, 4 feet tall. But man, yeah, that thing's awesome. And then I just picked up the I have the Skull Candy Crusher wireless, which have the haptic bass and stuff for headphones. I'm a headphone junkie too, and I just found that they were on clearance. The Skull Candy Crusher wireless 360s were on clearance, and those were $300 headphones, and they have them $50 off at Best Buy, and those have even better bass. going on. So yeah, keeping some things I picked up, some electronics. But yeah, I've been loving those headphones. I got them yesterday. Get ready for my trip. But what I wanted to talk about is basically this stuff. Sound chunky. Yo, is it my headset? Maybe I'll move the headset away. Maybe it's too close. Does that sound better now? Just let me know if that sounds better, because maybe it's the headset was too close to my mouth on that one. I'm a junkie on the thing. But anyway, so what I wanted, yeah, let me know, because I'll plug in my other mic if that's better. I'll move it away, because I think this mic's really sensitive. Yeah. Oh, the raises I have to... Yes, I heard about those. Yo, let me know if this sounds better with the mic, because I think it might have been too close to my mouth. I might have been blaring on that one, because these Arctic Fur Wireless, man, they are really awesome headphones, but their mic is super sensitive. And I talk loud anyway. Now it sounds worse? Oh, man. Okay. Now it sounds worse. Okay, there we go. Because I don't know, I've been trying to, I wanted to do this instead of sitting in front of the thing. Okay. There we go. I'll do that. As I mess around, just shoot around here. Let's see where I gotta go. Yeah, I wanted to start this earlier, but I saw Smooth was doing his. I didn't want to interfere with his stream. You know, let's see, what's this? So I saw he was wrapping that up. That's good? Okay. We're gonna do that then. Thanks. Yeah, because I don't have the thing over there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, so I wanted to do this, and of course, you know, I had allergies over the weekend, so I was like, my voice again, you know, coughing and stuff, and I was like, I do not want to be hacking into the phone again, into the microphone again, so let me wait and get my impressions out. So, and you know, as stuff has gone on, basically, with Stadia, you know, with the Google event, and then Apple had their thing, and then PlayStation had their thing, and then Microsoft had some indie showcase today, which really was nothing that big. But, you know, my impression stuff on the Stadia stuff. I've said it so many times before on these streams, basically about how streaming future and all this other stuff. Like, the streaming thing, and I said I'm playing Xbox too, like, it's there. It's available right now if you really want to do it. PlayStation Now, Nvidia, you could do it. I think Google does have I think their presentation was better, even though they didn't show any games. But I do think that they have the platform for, you know, something like this to be implemented. Not necessarily be the thing, but to be implemented. And yeah, I do think that Google is in a position for that. Otherwise, like, I think that, you know, I do think that a subscription model like Game Pass is more efficient, and they didn't speak of... Oh, Matt, where did you guys come from? I'm gonna do my healing thing. Like, I do think that, you know, a subscription model would be beneficial in this type of Netflix streaming design, but... And again, there's no pricing structure, and that's gonna be the real key, is the pricing of all this stuff. And like I said, $60 to play a game that you don't own, that's in the cloud streaming, that may be accessible, is not what people are going to play for. Oh, damn. You know, people are not going to pay $60 for a game that they don't technically own. You know, and that streams. And yeah, you can play it on your phone, on your tablet, and stuff like that. And yeah, give us Kuhn, they're gonna give us the commercials in our games. Yeah, basically, it's gonna be ads. Like, you'll be playing a game and they'll be like, like right now, I'll be like, ad, and you know, I have to watch an ad to respawn or something like that on that stuff. But really, the thing is that with Google's platform, the biggest problem, and I've heard so many different podcasts say this, and I totally agree with them, in that the mobile gamers are not the same people. Like, that's the thing. Mobile gamers are not the same people that do this. Yeah. There's no guy or girl sitting there playing Panda Pop, Candy Crush, even those touch RPGs, those touchscreen RPGs, those strategy games on a phone that are just waiting to get a controller and play this game on their phone. that is not. I don't feel that's growing the market. And Microsoft is trying to do that. Like they think they're gonna reach these other people out there, those cell phone people that want to have a controller. And the thing is that these people are not going to. The controller is the barrier of entry. Like the people are not going to use a controller on their phone, like on their tablet. They're not going to do that. They are going to basically want to use touchscreen, or they're going to want to play a game that's made for touchscreen. They're not going to want to play this game with some touch controls and possibly introduce latency to play this. The only people that will experiment with it would be us, like the people who play these games on the console and then want to go play it on the road. And we might try this because we already have the controller. We could just attach it. So it's really not growing the market. It's not reaching the casuals, not reaching another group. It's not doing that. Instead, what it's doing is that it's really just shifting the install base. So your console install base now could reach and play these games somewhere else. And that really is not what the intent of it all is, especially when they're talking about these 2 billion mobile gamers. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Microsoft keeps talking about them as 2 billion gamers, where Google addressed them as 2 billion mobile gamers. And I think we all could agree that these gamers are living on these cell phones, and they want to find a way how to get them hooked on just traditional gaming. And the problem is that they are not going to switch. Like a keyboard warrior, a person who's been playing on keyboard and mouse for so long, is not going to switch and say, I'm using controllers now. It's very rare that occurs. Likewise, as somebody who plays primarily on controller forever, whenever I play a game on PC, I'm like, give me my controller. Like, I am not messing around with mouse and keyboard. And if there was games that do that, and that's the biggest problem that we have here, is that we have these different platforms that use different unique input devices. And that's the difference between a movie and a game, and a movie and the game, in the fact that movies and games basically function differently. There's input. There's different input devices. You could watch a movie on a TV, switch to your phone, switch to your tablet, no problem. But if you're watching on your TV, you have a controller, then you put it on a phone, you want to use touch. You put it on your PC, you want to use keyboard and mouse. There's different types of inputs, and it's going to be an issue, and I don't think it's going to be something that's going to take off. And I think Google's controller looks kind of hideous. With that thing, I do like that it's Wi-Fi controller, so you remove some latency with the Bluetooth, which I think Microsoft's utilizing the Bluetooth. These people. Oh yeah. I'm gonna throw my little turret guy out. Boom. Yeah, I agree, Coon. I agree. It's something in the future. It's something that might happen. I don't think. What's up, Glorious man? How you doing, Glorious Warrior? Yeah, I don't think that it's something for the now. Because the thing is that it is now. Like, you can stream games now with other platforms. Like, you can. I use PlayStation now. I use it more for the PlayStation 4 games, so I don't have to buy them all. But to buy the games, but also for some PlayStation 3 games. Like, I played some of them through the streaming. I do think their streaming platform got a lot better over the year or so. But the library that they have in PlayStation now is huge. It's over 700 games, and for somebody who never really only owned like 3 games on the PlayStation 3, because I primarily played on the 360, that's great because I get to play some of those games, and it's not too bad. Wired connection's really decent, and wireless one got better. It used to be bad. It used to drop you. So, and on PC, I really don't experiment with it. I was doing it on the PlayStation, and I'm really surprised they took it off the Vita, because I can't think that would have been a really cool way to keep. But they took it off the Vita. They took Hulu off the Vita too. But who's watching? all that stuff. But the thing is that streaming exists right now. Everybody else now is trying to get into this monetization. And, it's funny because we're going to PAX. I talked to my cousin. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that, Mohammed. So, I go to PAX, talk to my cousin. Yeah, he was definitely. We always have these in-depth gaming conversations in the car ride up to Boston. Who are these people? Oh, these are my friends. We always have, and it's always this how to keep getting money from a game. That's the biggest thing. This whole we make a game, we're done. That game needs to continue making revenue, and it's always been this kind of battle of you don't want to look like, whoa, look at that guy just showed up. Yeah, you don't want to damage your game by implementing those shortcuts and things like that, but you also want to use methods to have the game continue to purchase and invest into your game, and it's always a challenge. And what they're doing is, what I like is that if they can keep the games genuine to what the game is and not have to implement these type of payment strategies, I think that is great, because that was my biggest concern with Game Pass, was that Microsoft is going to have to change their games to fit the model of Game Pass, just like mobile games do that too. And how they have all those microtransactions, your hearts expire, you gotta wait 2 hours before you get more hearts, and you can buy more hearts if you don't want to wait, and that instant gratification right there. It's all gambling, that type of stuff. Game of psychology. Very interesting things. So, I see what Apple's doing, what Google's doing. Google's going off of that whole thing where they're trying to do this instant gratification, and the fact that you're watching games and then you can just play what you're watching. For example, Kid Smooth's playing Sekiro. People might want to jump in the game and just start playing that game if they're watching Sekiro, I'm sorry. And, they might just want to jump in the game and play it. Well, they're looking at the stream, they just click on it, and then basically they could be playing the game. Glorious, let's see, he says, Jez, how's the streaming service going to change if gaming developers are getting paid? Yes, now that's messed up. I heard about that. That was, I think, Apple's intent, where they're getting paid for every hour, like time. And you know what? I'm going to say, I do think with Google streaming, I even think with xCloud, because PlayStation Now started with this model, and I think people, some people don't recall this whole time streaming. Person's not going to sit there and play this game on a phone while they're waiting at the bank. They're not going to play this. They're going to have to they got to get that quick fix. The instant gratification, get this thing, because I got to move on. I got to turn this game off and put it back on. They're not sitting here for an epic, half hour. Oh, epic half, yeah. Talk about how old I am. Epic half hour of gaming is like, oh, that's some good time right there. But you're not going to sit there and play. Basically, and now you guys get these quick fixes. So I'm looking at maybe this streaming thing is going to be kind of a timed rental thing. I think they're going to implement something along those lines, in the fact that, okay, well, pay $10 and play an hour of these games. And I think that that's something that is going to be the way they're going to try to attract those mobile gamers, and the fact that those mobile gamers are not going to spend $60. Like I said, they're not. Oh snap! Gosh, those mobile gamers are not going to spend the $60 to pay a game, especially when there's 99-cent games and all that other crap. They're not going to do that. But they might pay $5 to play a game like this for 15 minutes, or I'm just throwing out numbers out there, but they might pay that for to do that. Basically they might pay $15, saying, $5, I'll give you a half hour of this game. And then maybe that's how they do it, and they kind of charge you time for the rental. Now, Glorious is saying, he's saying basically, Apple is kind of going along these lines where devs might be getting paid for how long you're engaging with the game. And I could see, the problem is that these monetizations if they affect gameplay, if they affect the game design, which they're going to, it's will the user, us, will have to respond accordingly. And oh, we're not gonna take that bull microtransaction crap. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do this stuff. And yeah, a grinding level system. You know what? They're gonna have to find ways, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of growing pains with all this crap. But I think it's a big transition to try to merge the mobile gaming model, the mobile gamer, with console gamers, and kind of make gaming this one big synonymous thing. And I think that all these companies are very naive in thinking that that can happen. I think they see games like Fortnite, like Minecraft, even games like PUBG that show success. You get these couple of games that might show success on one platform and then have success on another platform. But I really think that those are very dime a dozen, and they're kind of unique situations. And I don't think every game is a Minecraft, and that's why I think Microsoft got a little spoiled with Minecraft, and thinking that every one of their games can be a Minecraft. Like, oh, Sea of Thieves, you could play that on PC. You could play, and look what they ran into: PC guys trolling Xbox guys with keyboard and mouse. It's not a competitive shooter. Oh, they found a way to make it competitive with their dual-wielding shotguns and snipers and all that other stuff that now Xbox guys have to vote them off. And you know what? I agree, and that's the sad. And I think, Glorious, I think the thing is that. Oh my God, this is. I hate these people that just run up at me. Throw my little mine. Hopefully. Uh oh. Ah! Go over here. Hold on. Yeah, I do think that's one of the things why Sony is really doubling down on those type of games, or games like that, because I think in this world of services and models and excuse me, multiple, these extended games that basically are just inject money into it, and these platforms and all this stuff. There needs to be balance. There needs to be those games. And you know what? I do think that when those games do come out, they're going to be revered much higher because of so many games like this game, like The Division, like games like Anthem, like games like Sea of Thieves, like games like even Apex Legends. Even those games. All these games have that type of model. This thing still following me around? I'm just running around here. I'm trying to get to where I gotta go. What is this? I don't want to catch. I want to go to Stronghold. Yeah. But, I don't think... I think there's going to be balance. And I think Nintendo and Sony hopefully are sticking to traditional methods. But again, we don't know. I think Sony is going to go to some hybrid. And, Microsoft has already laid the cards out on the table. They have shown what they want to do. And whether that's success or not, we'll see. I think Microsoft has taken a little bit of a gamble, like a little too much. Like they should have taken a little slower. I think they're kind of panicking against Apple and Google, and and kind of showing their cards a little too early, and showing cards that are not ready yet. And then on the other hand, I don't want Sony to kind of play safe. I don't want them to just sit back and be like, people just buying our hardware. Let's just keep doing what we're doing and call it a day. Like, Sony has to be progressive as well, because you got to have that competition. If Game Pass didn't exist with native downloads, I don't think we would have native downloads on PlayStation or PlayStation Now. Even to PlayStation Now is really $60 now on Amazon for a year, which is crazy. And I do think that Sony got more aggressive with PlayStation Now once Microsoft implemented Game Pass, and that's competition. That's what it does. And I do think that we need that. We need that on all ends. And even Nintendo dominating shows that gamers want mobility. You know, that's a thing that the Switch is kind of telling Microsoft and Sony, that gamers want mobility with their games. But Switch is pretty smart because they basically, you're taking the same game with you. There's really, the compromises comes at the console end, not necessarily at the mobile end. So Microsoft, I mean Nintendo went the mobile route, but people want native games. And with this rumor of Nintendo having two different consoles, a stronger one and a mobile one, like a successor to the DS, that sounds pretty cool too. But anyway, this streaming stuff, it's just been just ugh, just giving me a headache. Like, I don't even want to comment too much on it because it is basically too many services. I heard Walmart wants to do one, and you know, like, the thing is that everybody's gonna stream. Just the Walmart had Voodoo, and then and Google and Best Buy had what? They had the Google jumped on. See, Google's everywhere. Google so jumps on when I say it. Anyway. Best Buy had who was it? Who was it? The that other movie thing. They had their own movie streaming service, or their movie purchasing service. Whoa, whoa! I thought these guys just show up. Give you a hook. But they had theirs. Everybody had movie streaming services and all this other stuff, and then they start consolidating. Sam Stream. There was another one. Who the hell Google? I mean, Best Buy had one that was associated with them. Holy crap! There's people. What the hell? This is not the. It's not even the mission. These guys are spawning all over the place. Yeah, they had one. I forgot what it was called, but you could buy in their streaming service, and then Movies Anywhere merged them all together, and you know, that makes the most sense because I had a library on Vudu, I had some movies on Google, and some free movies here or there, and I was glad that, you know, they merged them all together. So when you log onto Google, all my movies that I have on Vudu show up over there as well, which is really cool. Yeah, I think that's something that, you know, works with movies. Games, on the other hand, you know, exclusives exist, things like that they don't, you know, you can't just throw every game everywhere like Microsoft's doing, because I believe, you know, exclusives matter, and Google's presentation did show that, you know, they're coming up with their own gaming studios. Oh, not all your movies. Yeah, there were certain ones that will only play movie anywhere. Yeah, there's friggin' licenses, man. Digital licenses. I have such an issue with, you know, and that's another thing, like, you know, talking about going to PAX and stuff, like, bringing a console that it's like, well, if it's not your master console, then you have to now make sure you have an internet connection just to log in to verify that you own the game. Oh, it's like you got to use your phone to kind of log in, or I got to turn it into the master one. And it's just so annoying that these games you spend all the money on, and the prices, all this money, and you still, like, have to prove that you purchased it with some online connection. Ooh, it is what it is. Nah, you know what? That's Sekiro. I don't know. Watching we play it, it looks like it's not as, like, it doesn't have stamina and stuff like that, like the other kind of Dark Souls games. I'm just not super into those kind of games. You know, I played Bloodborne. Yeah, I played that a little bit. And then, you know, after a while, I was like, you know, I'm kind of done. Like, I get not as I get frustrated. I just get impatient with, you know, just going through. Like, after a while, just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. But you do get the sense of accomplishment, which is really, it's something that's very unique in video games. And, you know, I applaud that game for giving you that kind of feeling. Like, that's how those games work. But it's just not for me. Like, sorry, I'm still, like, getting over my cold. But it's still, I'm just, like, not into those kind of Souls games. But yeah, I definitely see the appeal that people like it. Yeah, you know what does look like it plays like Tenchu. Like, you know, Tenchu, like, that, man, Tenchu was awesome. Like, that stealth game. Like, you know, I definitely like the grapple. And, you know, the fact that you have stamina, like, and stuff like that. Like, I definitely think I might get it. Just not right now. I think I might wait for it to go on sale or something like that. And, you know, I just got this game, and oh, the popping in this game is crazy. I just got this game. I'm trying to finish Devil May Cry. I think I'm up to level 8 or 9, which Devil May Cry 5, man, woo, that is some that game flows like butter, man. I tell you, you could get lost in that. If I did not have distractions with, like, you know, life stuff, you could definitely just get lost in that game because it just flows so, like, so smooth, like, just with the story, with the action, and then, yeah, I'm really liking that. Oh, there we go. I'll give you some of that. Those are my grenades. Butter may cry. That's right. Butter may cry. Dude, that, oh. These guys are just coming from all over the place. Yeah, but man, that game is smooth. It looks awesome. The fighting is just like, man, it is smooth. I like that game. That game is really good. Yes, it does. Don't call me Danny. Definitely. It plays like an old arcade fighter. Like, man. And that combat is just addicting. Like, it is really addicting. Because, like, you know, just... And then I playing V and watching how he plays with the animals and stuff like that. Like, just, like, I was like, how's this guy going to work? And playing that, man, I love Devil May Cry 4. Like, Devil May Cry 4, and you know, I wasn't, like I stated before, like, I didn't have, like, the PlayStation 2. Shame on me, right? Yeah, I didn't have PlayStation 2. I had old Nintendo, then went to Xbox. And, you know, I didn't play a lot of Devil May Cries. But, like, you know, when it came to Xbox, I played the Devil May Cry 4, which was the first one that went multi-plat. And I loved that game. That game was awesome. But that was the first time you got to see Nero. And, you know, playing through it, and then you have to go back. I love that. I played DMC on the computer, on PC. I got through half of that game. It was alright. It wasn't as... I thought Devil May Cry 4 was better. And then Devil May Cry 5, whew. That game is really good. The combat is so smooth. I still haven't gotten into... I wanted to see how the multiplayer aspect works for it. Or jump into somebody's game or something like that. Because I think that's pretty cool. On certain levels where there's multiple players, you have a multiplayer in it. But yeah, I'm trying to finish that, and then then I got this. So I was debating about getting the baseball, but I got the baseball last year, and you know, I'm addicted to sports games. You know, I'll just buy them just to have them and stuff like that, just to play them. Because if you watch a game or something like that, I'm like, oh, I want to play some baseball. I want to play some hockey. So like, you know, I didn't get the baseball yet. I got it last year. I played it a bunch. I'll probably get that too. I heard it's really good. Matt Piscatella on Twitter was like, this game is incredible. Like, they fixed so many things. So I will see. I might pick that up, and then but again, I'm gonna tell you one thing I picked up. I got the on that indoor sale thing, I picked that Override mech fighting game with the those big mechs. And in the city, it's like an arcade game. It's $11 right now with the season pass, which gives you another 4 characters. But man, you use the shoulder buttons to use your fists, and it's like Rock and Sock and Robots. It's like the end of a Power Rangers level. And you know, me and my son were playing that game, and we're just like, it's pretty funny. And for $11, man. We were just blasting the Power Rangers song and playing it. But yeah, that game is good. Oh, hold on. There you go. I didn't want to cough in the microphone again. But yeah. So that game is pretty cool. Oh, what a light sun there. Whoa. Call my allies. Choo.
Reinforcements incoming.
And then also I picked up Fist of the North Star, which I'm going to play that too. I think that was like $15. The sales, I tell you, one of the biggest things too, the sales PlayStation has, their digital sales are friggin', they are insane. Like they have these things every single week. Like, I'm like, please just stop having these sales. I can't keep buying more and more games. I finished the ones I have. Now, Microsoft has their sales too, but man, Sony has like a lot of sales akin to like a Steam, you know, with those kind of sales, and they just don't stop, man. I know. And actually, that's what... And no, I'm going to tell you the craziest thing. Oh, here comes this guy. You know, when I first got the PlayStation a couple years ago, the PlayStation 4, like, I had, like, 300 or so, 350 games or so on my Xbox. And, because I bought everything there. And then slowly but surely, I just kept buying more and more games on the PlayStation because of these sales, and I got to play a lot of their older exclusive games that they just dropped those on sale. And then more and more, my library just blew up. And now I'm like at like 300 and something games on this thing. And it's like crazy. I'm like, holy crap. And they just keep adding more and more. And then they get like these games that you don't get on, on other platforms too. Whoa! Who the hell sniped me? And then they have a flash sale. Like they have the Tuesday sales, and they got a flash sale. But anyway, that indoor sale had some crazy deals. I'm surprised that Red Dead is on there. But yes, no, yeah, exactly. That's right, Glinda. Yeah, you never had a backlog. Like I never had like it was like I played the game until the next like marking period where I'll maybe go out and get allowed to get another game, and then I'll just play that until the next one, and then just read my Nintendo powers to see what game I'm gonna get for Christmas. Like that was it. There was no buying 2 games on one day or 2 games a week. First of all, you didn't even know when the games came out. If Nintendo Power told you when those games are coming out, you have to go to KB toy stores and be like, "Did you get it?" And they're like, "Nah, man, it's not coming." Like those guys are like, it was the KB toy store. I'll tell you that. KB Toys. I know this is going off on a whole other thing, but like KB toy store, and the guy or girl in Toys R Us who used to stand inside the room that had all the video games. That was like what I wanted to be. I was like, I want to have that job. I want to be that guy in the, in that Toys R Us that just sits there and you bring him the slip, and then he has like the whole wall of video games, and he just grabs the game for you because you brought the slip to him from Toys R Us, and in that room because they did not put them out there. Man, those days. And then KB Toys, I was like, "Yo, when's the game coming out?" I remember I used to like swing by and be like, "Did it come out today? Did it come out today?" There was no internet. You didn't know release dates. There was no clue. Like there was no GameStop that said, "Hey, you want to pre-order any games? They're coming out next week. Here's the list of games." Nope. It was just a toy store. But anyway, that was a trip down memory lane with that one. But what I wanted to talk about, another thing, as I'm going through this, just to get this in, because again, I'm trying to do this way so I can get a little bit of gaming in, and try to get some of my thoughts about what's been going on for the last week or so before I head out to PAX. And that was why I kind of doing this kind of double thing. So I pardon the the vocals if it's not that good, or if you like this format over the other format. I like the other one because it's a little more, I could focus a little bit better on that. But again, it's just been kind of just high level stuff. But really, the thing was the PlayStation, state of PlayStation. And I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I even tweeted about it. Those guys are 5. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my grenade. Ooh. Anyway, so that state of PlayStation thing. Woo! I tell you. The hype for the hype. But, one of the biggest things for the state of PlayStation was that I took away from it was, thank goodness, I knew as soon as it started up, if I saw a couple of dudes and a girl or a couple of people just sitting behind a news desk, I would have been like, uh-oh. And that was a great thing, that it just was of icons, a list of games, and they just go, hey, this is what's coming. This is what's coming. Just like a Nintendo Direct. And I'm glad that they did that model instead of what they did at E3, where they had Sid and, kind of faux interviews and faux hype and, things like that, where, it was like a news desk or like the Weather Channel. So I'm glad they didn't go with that route. Now, who knows? Maybe they do it. I don't think so. I think this is the format that they're going to do, and I'm glad they copied that format, because it's just games, games, and games. And it's not this, like, oh, let me ask you this rehearsed question, and you give me that answer that we just spoke about a few minutes ago. Oh, that's a surprise. Oh, you have something to show us today? Like, oh my goodness. Like, please, don't challenge my intelligence. And that's why I always wind up doing to grind my gears when Microsoft does their thing, because I feel like, and I just stopped watching them. But I do feel that a lot of those shows, and I think a lot of people. Uh-oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, I better hide. But I feel like a lot of those kind of insult my intelligence. And, like, you know, hey, you know, the people that are watching this are you know, are aware of what's going on. Like, please don't act like goofy. And things like that. And, yeah, I'm just glad that they didn't go that route with that. But that being said, though, and the guy. Yes, it's not real. It's right. It's not real. It is rehearsed. Just like that that xCloud gameplay that she was doing. Like, oh, why don't you have a controller right now? And it's like, oh, really? Like, she did not know they were going to give a controller. They rehearsed those lines. It's all rehearsed. And it's all kind of like, and you know, like, from where they are, like, it is really just, it kind of just drives me crazy. Like, it's just, please, just show games. Show people playing real games. And that's it. But Sony's thing, at least they had just games listed like a Nintendo Direct, and basically just list the dates and move on. And I like that model. No fluffer. No fluffing bowls. I don't want to be fluff. No fluffers. We don't need any fluffers. I don't need fluffers with my news. But, you know, I was telling this to some other guys, was that, you know, Microsoft does the Inside Xbox because they need that mixer engagement. They have a platform for video stuff. Nintendo and Sony don't. They use YouTube, and Microsoft uses YouTube too. What's up, Benji? How you doing? Hold on, I'm gonna cough again. What's up, Mog? How you doing, man? But, like, Microsoft has a video platform, so they are producing video content for it. So Mixer is video content. They don't want to release like a 15-minute video and say, "Hey, you go, guys, on Mixer." No, they want to release kind of a show and have you interact with the people with tweets and all the stuff and all those fluffers. That's right, all those fluffers. Gotta get those fluffers there, and, you know, have all that interaction and you know, all that engagement, and, you know, that's the whole purpose of Inside Xbox. That's why it's not a 15-minute show. It needs to kind of drag on and be a more of a this type of news broadcast that encourages engagement. Like, you get rewards if you watch it through Mixer. You'll get rewards and stuff, which you know, that's. Hold on, move this mic here. Sorry, I just want to make sure it still sounds good. But yeah, like, it basically is those things, and you know, you have to see. I just want to hear. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, guys, before I move on. There you go. Sorry about that. I just wanted to check on YouTube to hear if the audio was coming in good. I trust you guys, but I just wanted to make sure. Now I hear myself talking through my headset. There we go. Okay. Move this a little bit, because I don't want to be muffled. Yeah, this headset's pretty good. This is the Octus Pro Wireless that I use. It's a Bluetooth headset, and also a gaming headset used on PC and PlayStation 4. Which you find a lot of those on PlayStation 4 and PC, but because of the chat, you know, restrictions on Xbox, it's hard to kind of find just a traditional USB. There we go. I'm going to use a traditional USB headset that works on both because of those chat restrictions. Let me throw this thing here. I didn't want to do that one. No, I want to use this. So anyway, I did like the model. Now, regarding the content of it, you know, they started with the Iron Man one that everybody saw, the Iron Man VR, which I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be awesome. I think, but the gameplay looked like, I know it said not actual gameplay, but if it's just move controllers with hands and shooting something on rails, like, I don't know. You know, the Spider-Man had a demo when the movie came out of Homecoming. And, yeah, that was like a VR demo. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But, Exactly. It does look like a mini game. That's what I thought it was, because I know that they did come out with like the the Avengers VR game on PC, and you know you could be like Hulk, and you know you basically is like an arena fighter with super. No, actually, no, what I think it was Justice League. I don't think it was Avengers. I think it was Justice League, and I think it was Justice League. No, maybe it was Avengers. There was some VR game on Vive. Oh my god, where's my ammo? Oh come on, dude. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But yeah, the gameplay looked a little weak of that Iron Man game. But what I looked at it as is like, you know, it's another game that Sony's flexing those Marvel exclusive muscles they have, which, you know, maybe that means something else too. Yeah, he did light me up, that guy. I'm like, what the hell? I was hitting that the shotgun. He just like showed right up and was just like gangster shooting me in the head. What the hell's that about? I had my super gun that I had, my shotgun that I got. I'm trying to get that boss to come out. But anyway. Yeah, so like that VR game, I have the VR, you know that I love the VR, like I have a Vive, which I haven't really used since I've been using the PlayStation one, because the PlayStation seems to have a lot more kind of exclusive games and games that are really built for the you know, for the platform, which is pretty cool. And I think they work really well. You know, I'm very impressed with the PlayStation VR. I do think it's the most comfortable headset, and that's another reason why I use it. The Vive does give you the ski goggles feel, and you know, I do like the visor setting of the PlayStation VR. I'll tell you one thing though. I did tweet this out, that if they come out with like a gold and red custom PlayStation VR headset to go with that game, that might sell more VR headsets. You know, I think they said there's like 4 million out there, but man, like a custom VR headset that looks like an Iron Man. They do have the light bar on it too, which I don't know, kind of makes sense. Yes, Mog, you're talking my language, man. That blood and truth. There we go again. Yo, I'm not using this shotgun anymore. It's pissing me off. Oh my god, they weren't there before. Yes, Blood and Truth, man. I tell you, because I keep saying London Heist because London Heist was like the most impressive demo on the demo disc, and these are the same guys that are making it, and this is like just an expansion of that, and you know, a full game. Because when I played the London Heist, I'm like, I want this to be a full game, and that's what Blood and Truth looks like. So I'm hyped for that. I'm glad it's coming out, and that was another nice thing that I did like with the state of play. You know, I know it disappointed on the aspect of, and I'll get into that, how I feel like it did disappoint, but the VR stuff though, I was excited. I thought that it was not bad. Like, you know, there were a lot of games that were coming out in you know, in the near future, and that's the one thing, like Nintendo does that too. Like, hey, coming out next month, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't know this game was going to come out next month. And now, whoa, it's on my list. Like, you know, I got Blood and Truth coming out. And then they got, you know, what was another game that surprised that? Oh, what was the other one? There was Blood and Truth that's coming out. And then there was, well, the fact that the Iron Man's coming out in 2019. And then, and then the only thing with the Iron Man, though, I know it didn't look great, but it is a Sony first party. So maybe they will do, like, you know, maybe they'll make sure that game really does what it does. Because I'll tell you, the Batman one was pretty good. It was short, but you know, it was definitely engaging. Like, it was cool, but I would not spend no $50 on it. Yes, Daniel B, what's up, man? A new one, next gen with higher field of view, a higher res, and new move controls. Yeah, it desperately needs a move control with an analog stick. They are desperately in need of something like that. They need an analog stick, because using the face buttons to move, oh no, that does not work. And those little face buttons are so small on that move controller that, yeah, no. That's why I like, you know, the aim controller. Like, they added it in Borderlands, the using the aim controller. So that's pretty cool, because that has an analog stick on it. There we go. Now, You know, hold on. I'm gonna get my stuff set up here. Turret, get up here. Let's go. You're protecting me. I'm waiting for that boss to come out. Nobody's messing with me this time. They're gonna try to flank me. Hold on, just me. What the hell are they shooting me with? Get over here. Hold on. Yes. But I definitely think, you know, I like the technology that they have for the visor for the PlayStation 1. Because I do tell you, from using the Vive, the Fresnel lenses that have the concentric circles on them, they are kind of annoying. Like, they are basically, you know, if you have a good vision in the middle, basically it's okay, but you still see the Fresnel lens, and it does take you out of it if you are looking up and down with your eyeballs. You know, if you're moving your eyes and not your head. Whoa, those guys are really laying into my freaking turret. Go turret, go! Go turret, go! Hold on, let me get him now. Where's the boss? See, I always call for allies. Nobody comes.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh, that guy. There he is. Hold on. Oh, yeah, they're trying to send these drones at me. And then we got. Oh, here we go. This fool. Oh, here it comes again. This guy didn't kill him. Oh, they're coming? Alright, good. Uh oh, here comes that. Oh, man. Oh! Get down! What? Oh my god, these guys are just throwing drones. Sorry, I can't talk right this second. Let me, oh god. Jesus. I gotta take that guy out. No! Oh. Where was my backup? Call for backup. Let's see if they come. Well, I finished my thoughts. I'm gonna let this sit here for a little bit. Let's see if anybody comes and revives me. Yes, so I do think that the lenses are very good. You know, I definitely think, you know, a wireless one. I think they did a great job with the, yeah, I definitely think they did a great job with the one wire, you know, with the technology that they had. A better camera, maybe using some infrared technology rather than the lights, because there is some obstruction and things like that get affected. You know, the tracking. I think Sony's probably still going to be safe and not doing room scale like the Vive does. But yeah, we'll see. I'm telling you, right, I'm buying the next PlayStation VR. I'm all in. You know, I love what they've done with this one, with the old technology that they have. I can't believe how well it works. Like, I thought it was garbage. Like, after using the Vive, I was like, there's nothing that's gonna be like this. And then PlayStation is pretty good. Like, it's not that bad. And the games that they have on it, you know, the thing is that Sony was making games on that thing that only could be playable on the PlayStation, and they work great. Astrobot's incredible. Moss is incredible. These games... Look at this guy. He can't revive me. He walks right over my body. Yes, the inside tracking headset. That's another thing that they can do. You know? But it's for a gamer. Like, it's definitely game-oriented. It's not this kind of business-oriented technology, or you're going to be using Windows screens and all. It's for a gamer. Like, it's immersion. And it works. And I, you know, I did the Inpatient. I streamed that on here. That was a great game. Supermassive has done a lot of great games. But oh, I'm sure the next PlayStation VR probably will be like $300. I'm sure it'll probably be up there. I don't think they're gonna do this $500-600 thing, but I do think it'll probably be in the realm of $300-400. You know, at first. But yeah, Astrobot, my goodness, Astrobot was like, if you played the demo with the free games with those, you know, the free game, what the hell was it in? It was the Astrobot games that they did have. It wasn't an Astrobot game, but it basically was based off of that. And yes, the readjusting, yeah, Daniel, hitting the options button to constantly readjust yourself. That is friggin' annoying, because that's something that you did not have to do on the Vive. Like, once you're there, like, those systems see you, infrared, and that's it. Like, you do not have to keep that drift that you might get You know, with the PlayStation, you get that drift. All of a sudden, things just start like, oh well, I have to recenter myself. Yeah, constantly hitting that thing. That is annoying, and that has to do with just the whole that it's using basically a low kind of 1080p or 720p camera to look at light. And there's so many issues with obstruction. You know, if you turn around and your hands are behind you, it can't see your hands. It loses your hands and every traction. Yeah, there's some limitations definitely with the technology, but you know, I do think that you know they'll definitely fine tune that. And that's the one thing I took away great from the state of PlayStation was the state of play or whatever was that they are still going strong with VR. They're not abandoning it. And which, you know, I was always critical of Sony for just abandoning their peripherals. How they abandoned the PSP. How they abandoned the Move. You know, they technically kind of abandoned their stuff. And same thing with the PlayStation 3 dashboard. Like, you know, they really kind of just let that thing, you know, not really evolve like how Microsoft had their operating system evolving on the 360. And, you know, they've changed that threefold with the PlayStation 4 and, you know, and with the VR. And I'm glad that they're investing in more games and even getting exclusives. Like, you know, they could have made an Iron Man game, I'm sure, or something like that. And the fact to take Iron Man and make him in a VR game, like, I don't think Marvel's going to make them do some wonky, janky thing. But we'll see, you know. I know it's not actual gameplay. That might be just one mission. Maybe you do other things. But, hey, I remember when they did the Batman VR, and all people talked about was putting on the cowl and putting on the mask and being Batman. And that's what people took away from that Batman demo. So, you know, they could do some immersion stuff with Iron Man. Hey, it might work. You know, just don't be a $50 game that's you know, an hour long and just has moving move controls. But we'll see. It's interesting. You know, definitely glad it exists. It's not like I'm like, no, I don't want this to exist. I'm glad that something like that exists. And the fact that it's an exclusive for PlayStation, it makes it look like that they'll definitely be made for the technology of you know, the PlayStation hardware. Which this guy up here, they're the one that's been messing with me. Now I'm gonna throw my stuff. But yeah, that one. And then I did like the Concrete Genie. I thought that I was really like the art direction of that. I think that's another great game that you know, I'm looking forward to play. And you know, it's coming out fall though. I wish it was coming out sooner. But that was interesting. But yeah, they just did not have enough stuff. Oh, and one of the things that was crazy. I want to tell you another thing that really nobody was really talking about is the Five Nights Freddy VR. First of all, that Five Nights Freddy stuff is that IP thing is like ridiculous. Like, it's not up there on Minecraft level, but man, the merchandising and that Five Nights Freddy, you know, having a VR game in that's pretty cool. But you know, I'm not a huge fan of Five Nights Freddy or anything along those lines, but I can see where that appeal will lie with people. And I'm not. That is a scary game. You know, there's certain things. Like, I played the Paranormal Activity. Did I get him? Blow him up. Oh, what do you do? Let's see. There's the boss. Get the boss. I like pinning them down and doing that. But yeah, that Five Nights Freddy thing. But the biggest thing is that, you know, Sony went ahead and, yeah, Concrete Genie's coming in the fall. But the biggest thing, the reason why it was disappointment and kind of a little, like, real skimpy was they didn't have a lot of, like, stuff that, you know, I think the biggest frustration is that they have these big games, you know, Ghost, you know, Death Stranding, The Last of Us 2, you know, and, you know, they got these games there, and they're just not kind of budging on letting us know their release dates. Like, I know Sean Layden has said it a bunch of times where he's like, oh, I'm not going to share it until, like, we're ready, and all this other stuff. And, you know, I think a lot of people wanted to know what the kind of roadmap is going to be, and, you know, are these going to be PlayStation 5 games? Are these going to be crossover games? Ah, he rolled right into it. Thank goodness. Like, what is the roadmap of these games? And I think that's where the frustration is because they have basically, yeah, I know, Mog. Yeah, they like I know they're really, really pushing that Days Gone and advertising a lot like of that game. Which every single time they advertise it, it seems getting better and better. Although I noticed in that last video, some of the animations, like the shooting animation stuff, does look a little wonky. I don't know if how that's going to turn out in the game. But some of the shooting animations, like when he's walking around shooting and stuff, it did look a little rough. But the story, the atmosphere, using those freakers like that, I'm hyped for. That's something that's different and unique. But we still need to see. Yeah, I think we've seen enough of it though. Like that's the thing. I think I've seen enough of that game to know it's ready to go. And that's it. Like I don't need to see it again. And I think that's where people like again Days Gone. Like we know it's coming, and I'm gonna get to play it at PAX. So we'll see how that how it works, because hopefully I can get a chance to play it. But it just was that they went ahead. They're not going to E3. They are they canceled the PSX, and it's been quiet. They've been real quiet. Microsoft, I keep telling all my grinds and my gears is that they just don't shut up. But they're talking about everything but games, though. They're talking about a lot of like services, features, streaming, devices, what we're gonna do, older games going to other platforms, other games going to PC, and all this other stuff. And Microsoft's staying in the news with this stuff. But again, it's not really exciting stuff for a console gamer or for an Xbox fan, I would say. But it keeps them in the news. Where Sony's just been like dead quiet. They added that Apple thing, and that was about it. And then for them to cut out of this, that's funny. And then for them to, kind of talk about this thing, they didn't hype it up for a month, thank goodness. But basically say that this thing's coming out, and then to have it just a 20-minute thing, it was a little lacking. Like, I think they should have kind of did some stuff with it. But I know there's multiple ones coming. I wish they would have kind of said like this will be a monthly thing, or to know when to expect it. But then probably that'll generate even more kind of like false hype, or just more hype for something that maybe not exist. I think that they're going to use this thing during E3 as just like a Nintendo Treehouse or something like that, and probably still have some news presence during the E3 time period. Like I don't think that they're just gonna sit with their hands like sitting on their hands during E3 and Microsoft goes on stage. I think that they're going to have one of these states of play, and probably that's where they'll drop a lot of release dates. Because I can tell you this, like just knowing the gaming community, if Sony comes out during E3, Microsoft has its press conference, and this is me thinking as a competitor. Microsoft has their press conference. They're going to talk about everything. They're talking about streaming. They're talking about, they're talking about PC. They're going to talk about new consoles. Microsoft's going to just lay it all out. And Phil basically confirmed that when he kind of spoke to his team about Google and saying like, "Hey, Google went big and we'll go big too." And I'm like, I don't think Google went big because they didn't even show any games or partnerships or anything. Like Google just basically just said, "Hey, we're gonna have a Stadia app and you can be able to play on all these different Google devices." And and they really just talked about Ubisoft. That was about it. But him pointing that, going, "This justifies our position and we're gonna go big at E3." Cloud streaming and Microsoft's Game Pass and all that stuff is going to be, a majority of Microsoft's conference, because their studios are still in development. They're still working on current projects. They're still working on games yet to be released. They're not going to have this plethora of first-party games ready to go after they just put the studios together end of last year. Ninja Theory is the only one that might have it. Maybe Playground Games, they didn't even mention it. You're gonna have a Halo, but you're not going they're not gonna have this kind of layout of like, hey, we bought 12 studios. Here are 12 amazing games coming exclusively to the Xbox. Now, that's not happening this E3. I don't believe so. And I could see Sony just coming out there. Microsoft does their E3 conference, and Sony has a state of play like this, and they just go, Last of Us 2 coming this October. And the friggin' internet will melt. Especially if it's coming out this year. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. 2019 so far, and what it looks like 2019, it sucks. After coming off the year that we had of last year, like all those games in February really did not do as well as they should, as we thought. You know, Anthem wasn't this amazing thing. You know, Division 2 is hanging in there. Like, I think that this game is really, I like it. It's better than 1, but this thing is not like, oh my god, like, everybody must play this. Like, this, it's not a must play. You know, it's like yo, this is good. And when there's nothing out, you know, there's really not a lot of must plays. And 2019 is just the one thing that I did like finally about like the state of play thing was that finally there was news saying, hey, we're making software for a device. Because it's been 2 weeks of the news saying, you don't need a console. You don't need this. You don't need this. Like, I don't want to know what I don't need because I already bought the stuff that supposedly I thought I would need, right? Uh, yeah, like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 2, I forgot. Yeah, Resident Evil, like, Capcom's killing it. Like, Capcom, From Software with Sekiro, that was like that's like the first game that you know really you know got really good ratings. You know, besides Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. But I was talking more of those other games like Anthem and Division, like these games that were hyped up. That we thought that this would just monopolize our spring and our winter time, you know. And it again is you're right. Don't call it Danny. No, Mog said it. It was the single player games. Yeah, Crackdown 3. Oh, jeez, we knew that was a disaster. But yeah, but yeah, basically you're right. Like the single player games, man. Like, and you know what I like too is that. Uh-oh, here it is. Look at this. Look at this one hit. Bullshit. The hell? Yeah. But not only what just came out, but like where everything is going, like E3, like I'm telling you, Sony not at E3, not having a press conference, not like one last year, but it is kind of takes away of all that stuff. And you know, we are in a transition period. Like it is kind of strange. Like I think near the middle to end of this year, it's going to start hyping up the next generation consoles. And you know, I think Microsoft's gonna go first, then Sony's gonna go, and you know, I think we're gonna see some of these cross-gen ones. But man, I just wish that there was, yeah, I just think that you know some of the games that we thought were gonna be really, really amazing didn't really turn out that way. And then, you know, but Resident Evil 2, I've been playing that too. I forgot to say, like, I've been doing that one, and you know, it was always that game was that game was amazing. The way they have those graphics and have the animations and the way those zombies just keep on like staying in the area even when you come back to them like they're in a different position or something like that. It's pretty crazy how they have that. But yeah, single player games, dude. Like yeah, these multiplayer games are really becoming a dime. Like they've been coming just like too much, like too much. Like I can't invest like hours upon hours in this game just grinding around stuff when there's other games that I have to finish playing and things like that. Look at this poppin' though. This poppin's like atrocious in this game. Look at this crap. What are those hands? Render. There we go. Like, ugh, the poppin' in this sucks. I know probably I should be playing on PC. PC Master Race, but I told you I don't play too much on PC. My PC basically is my Xbox. That's what it is. You know, I use my PC to play Xbox games, but I'm not getting involved in any Epic stores and Steam things. Like I have all my Steam games and things like that, but again, I play the console stuff because I just and you know again frames and all that other stuff. It is it is. But yeah, single player games, man. That's really been doing this year, you know. But you know, I do think that I do like that they did the VR. I wish they would have said about State of Play when the next one would be. You know, I think that would have been helped a little bit. I know they said this is one of a few, which, you know, it is what it is. No, it's not Blackmail, man. No, like I'm not gonna play Sekiro just now. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait a little bit on it. I gotta finish. I gotta work on this game. Devil May Cry, and Resident Evil, and I still got Kingdom Hearts 3 in the plastic. Ugh. I did that Target deal where you buy it was a buy two get one for free. So I did. You know what? I played Metro. I tried Metro as part of that deal. I played about 3 hours, 4 hours of it. I just wasn't feeling it. I think it looked great. I kind of liked the story a little bit, but for just some reason, I was just not feeling it. And that happened to me with the other Metro games too. Like I just not in the harder than Bloodborne. Oh goodness. Yeah, I didn't even get through Bloodborne. But yeah, those Souls games, those type of games, just I don't know. I'm gonna try them again, but I gotta be in the mental preparation for those kind of games. And you know, recently with the kids and all that other stuff, for me to sit there. Oh, here he is, Glorious Kev. Yeah, man, I'll tell you. I know I should be playing this on PC. Here he comes. Here he comes. Glorious is coming. Look at these people. They just showed up. Look at this bullshit. Oh man, that's some Kid Smooth rage right there. I should probably have. Those guys just showed up right in my friggin' thing. Like, what the hell was that shit? They just showed up and just shot me. Really, Mog? Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3. See, I thought that was a good game that maybe I could play with my son. You know, we could do it. He was scared as hell with the friggin' first one with the Shadow guys. He was like, no, I don't want to play this crap. I don't like this game. But, you know, he's only 6 years old. But, yeah, I think he might like Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's why, let's get some games we can play together. I'm gonna throw this around. I gotta break my TV. Those guys just showed up. Yeah, no, I know, Kev, I know, man. But yeah, I was just saying before you came on, I don't know if you were on, but I was like, I should be probably playing this game on PC because the popping on this is just, ugh, it is so bad. But yeah. Oh, coughing fit. Sorry. But yeah, I know that those guys just popped up out of the blue. What the hell's that crap? What the hell's all that shit going on? Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I got to do the Devil May Cry. I gotta finish that. I'm on level 8, level 9, or something like that. I gotta finish that. I was saying before how smooth that game is. Like you could just get lost in that. Like if nobody bothered me, like at home and stuff, like I could just play that game. I would beat that in an afternoon, definitely. But I do like how it's broken down though. Like it's pretty good for my my gaming habits where I could just like play a mission or two and have a nice boss fight and call it and save it and move on. But oh really, man? Sick of the story. Yeah. I know. I heard. Everybody got that. You know, it was crazy with my 980 Ti. I got Tomb Raider for free, and I play that on my 980. Yeah, I got that with the Nvidia. And then I remember soon after that they gave The Division. The Division, or was it Sleeping Dogs? I think it was The Division. Yeah, I think it was The Division. You know what's crazy? I was looking. That's on. Oh, here they come again. These guys. That's the one thing that annoyed the hell out of me was that and Kev, you gotta let me know. Like with CD keys, when these games are in this Epic store, I don't think CD keys is functioning, right? Yeah, I always use CD keys for in my PC sales, and I think now with this Epic Store stuff, like I don't think they're as liberal as the Steam would be with those CD keys. I know people. I gotta find out some other websites to go to. Yeah. Yeah, because I know, like, everything that I was trying to look for the codes for this game on there, because, Ubisoft now, all their games are in Epic Store, if they were not codes for the United States, they were for Europe. You gotta watch that on CD keys. But, yeah, you can get those PC sales, man. The PC sales. Hope that Epic Store doesn't ruin my PC sales. Oh, is it? Yeah, this is Epic Store spyware. They're all spy. All these guys want that information. You know what's funny is like I was talking about the streaming stuff earlier, but one of the biggest things that I think people don't really understand is like why all these everybody wants these 2 billion mobile gamers, because 2 billion people to collect data on. You know, it's all about habits and data and what people play and where people are and what they do, what they watch and what they interact with, what they click on. That data is what these companies want. That's what they want. They want to know your habits so that they can predict their business models. Like that's why they want to get on 2 billion devices or get 2 billion engagements, because they want that info, man. And they can serve you ads, exactly, Kev. And then they can serve you ads. They want to know what ads you're gonna watch and what you're gonna click on. That's how Google made it for you, exactly. And all these guys want that information. They want that. They want that contact, that data. Oh yeah, it took. Oh, what's a grenade? Exactly. We're data, man. That's what we are. We're data. Sell us those ads. Oh, here we go again. This guy's getting harder. Yes, that's what I do, man. I use ad block. I block everything. I even use a whole bunch of Chrome ones, like with the IP thing and all that other stuff. Because, yeah, enough is enough. Cookies, oh my goodness. Anything, those freaking cookies. I tell you, it's the scariest thing. You want to know about data collection, right? Go search for a bunch of, like, I've been searching for headphones, right? Like, you're watching videos on headphones, but just search for it. And, like, search on Amazon. And then every friggin' website you go to, they'll have like little like extra. They'll have like little custom ads from Amazon about things that you search for. It is like, you kidding? Like, it is really like, it's friggin' annoying. I had to turn off all those cookies and all that crap. But they still get you. They still find you. It is, right? It is worse than the FBI. They are. And they want that data, man. And that's why they'll get into the game thing. I thought it was hilarious with that Stadia announcement where the Google guy came out and he goes, I don't play games. Like, you know, I'm not a gamer. I don't know, you know, but somebody told me about games and like, I'm like, dude, like, really? They just want that Stadia app. The amount of effort they're putting into that Stadia app is probably the amount of effort they put in Android TV. You know? To them, it is what it is. It's just another way to collect information. But it's just gonna be and you know, I think for you know, Ubisoft, man, that Yves Guillemot, man, he goes, that guy will go if you're selling chicken. If you're selling anything, that guy will just be there like day one, man. He's always like day one on new console releases, like you know, with remember the Wii came out, everybody's like waggle waggle, nobody's gonna do waggle, and like Yves Guillemot's like they're like, we have an exclusive for the Wii, like. Friggin' Ubisoft makes like anything. They made like the Kinect when the Kinect launched. Like Ubisoft was like, "Hey, we have this game, Fight It Within," like, you know, a fighting game. Like, like Ubisoft is always like down for just like anything. It's the same thing like the Epic Store. Like Google's like Ubisoft's like, sure, we'll launch all games in Epic Store. It's like, but the Epic Store has only been around for 4 months. Ubisoft, what the hell are you talking about? Like, sure, we'll put all games in Epic Store. Ubisoft's always like, just like very, just all out. Yes, and then they make the same game over again. But yeah, that's what they do. They always like on their launch day, like, you know, if Ubisoft is not partnering with your new hardware, there's something wrong with you, because, you know, Yves Guillemot will come out on stage if you just say, hey, I got this potato that has a controller with it. They'll be like, yes, we'll make an exclusive game at launch called Potato Fighter for your new potato console. Like, yeah, he would. That Ubisoft does anything. They'll make anything that Yves Guillemot. He's always there. Holy crap! Run! Yeah, they rock with everybody, man. That's what I mean. They're sold out to the Epic Store. Like the freaking Epic Store wasn't even out like a few months, and he's like, yes, all our games will be there. It's like, shit, Yves, what the hell, man? Take a chill pill. I know, the whole team spawned like right in front of me. I'm like, what is this big open world bullshit? And I got these guys spawning like directly on me. What the hell is this about? Yves, fix this, man. Yves Guillemot, fix this. This grindy ass game, these grinds. Grinds my gears, grinding on grinds. Like this, you guys just show up. Enemy trapdoors. This is like Doom. That's right. Yeah, like the new girl in high school. It's like, hey, I put out for everybody, guys. That's Eves. There he goes. Get him around. Hey, Eves, I'm making Ouya. I will be there. We'll be the Ouya exclusive. Eves, I got this idea about putting the stick inside this computer. Yes, we'll make a game for you. We'll get somebody on it. That's them. That's right. That's right. He always had all his teams. Like, there you go, Eve. Ubisoft. He's like in front row Joe, like front row seats. He's like, oh, and we like to thank Eves for partnering with Google Stream and you know, using Assassin's Creed. He's like, anytime. I'm surprised he wasn't at the Apple conference. But the Apple one I didn't watch too much of. But I heard about that whole subscription thing. And you know, the one thing I do have to say between Apple, like I haven't used Apple. My wife has an iPad, but I really don't use the Apple products. But the thing is that you know, with Apple is that they have you know, I do think that their games are definitely much more polished and possibly a little more console-y like, not console-y like with controllers, but more of, I think, more polished. Oh, was he at Apple? There you go, man. The $2 hooker, Yves Guillemot was at Apple. I'm sure. I was like, here he was. Yeah, I didn't watch it. There he was. I'm sure he was there. He had to be there. Shit, they had Steven Spielberg in every actor there. He was probably like getting autographs. But yeah, Apple games. Well, the thing about Apple games, I'm not saying that they're good games. I'm just saying that I think they have more polished than the Android. I didn't finish what I was saying. Like with the Android store, comparing the two mobile stores, I do think that Apple, because of how they are very strict with their hardware and their ecosystem, that I do think, you know, Google has its open ecosystem where you get a lot more kind of like knockoffs and a little more lesser quality games. Whereas I think Apple, like I remember Apple having, you know, what was that, Infinity Blade and things like that. And again, I don't play mobile games, but I just know from Apple that they might have. I do think that a model like them, a subscription model, you know, I hope it's not for how long you're playing it, like they said, but I do think that, you know, their games might be more conducive to a subscription model, because I do think that they have a little bit higher quality games. Not necessarily that they're, you know, they're not pay-to-win games, all that other crap, but I do think that Apple does have a little bit better curated games due to the hardware and, you know, the strict things that they have. But they're too many streaming services. You're right, Benji. There's too many. That's why I did like, you know, the State of Play was refreshing, because it was talking about hardware and a developer and, you know, a company making software for the hardware directly. Not saying going around for the last 2 weeks where we were saying like, no console future, we don't need consoles. And it's like, the thing drives me crazy, because it's like, we're coming off a generation where 2 consoles are doing friggin' banging up jobs. Like, selling the most that we ever seen consoles sell, and everybody's like, you don't need consoles. Like, we don't need consoles. I could see if these 2 consoles were just failing left and right, I could see not using a console. But like, the consoles are selling pretty damn well, because after the last generation, everybody thought that everybody's going to be playing on iPads, and nobody's going to use a console. Now look what happened. They're like, oh man, it's all about iPads. Look at Microsoft was using Smart Glass and stuff like that. Like, oh, Smart Glass. You know, because they had to find a way to integrate the mobile tablets and all that other stuff, you know, into the gaming, because, you know, that was the cool thing to do was these you know, get the hell out of here with these guys coming at me. God, don't play the video using the iPad. Oh, Kev. I'm gonna call you Game Noodles. Please. Console needs to exist too. Consoles and PC have been coexisting for the longest time. That I do have to say. You know, and I don't think one's ever going to overtake the other. I think there is. I'm going to sound like a Phil Spencer here, but I do think that consoles and PC, basically, they have different use case scenarios, and I do think that they could coexist. They always had. Oh, you have to, man. If you're a PC master race, you have to embrace the elite. Oh, this is a yellow drop. Finally, you got to, you know. But I do think that, you know, they can coexist. Not the thing, but you know, and I do think that PCs, with all these friggin' storefronts too, are gonna become a little bit more. They have been definitely more console user friendly. I can tell you that. Like going to PC and going before, it's not as drastic as it was, where like you didn't know, you had all INI files and you're like, what the hell I gotta do here and all this other crap. Like, you know what I mean? Like now it is pretty streamlined, and I do have to say the trash Windows 10 store, it does give you try to give you simulate that console feeling, but yeah, yeah, Halo, man. Oh my goodness. Halo, I can't. And know what they said too. They said today that Halo, well, not today, but this week they're saying that Halo, all their games are going to come out this year because they really didn't give a time frame for those games. And they said they're all going to come out by 2019, which is awesome. Like, it's ridiculous that I'm hyped up for Halo, but man, those Halo games are great, and they have the new life on the PC. I'm pissed off that mod support's not going to be there on day one. Hopefully people can fix that. But yeah, the 2019, they're all going to be coming out by 2019. So that is awesome. Because the way he made it sound like, it was going to be a slow process. Like he was like, oh, one game's going to come out, we're going to make sure it's polished, and I'm like, oh man, this sounds like a beta test for a beta. But I'm like, I hope it don't take that long. On your face. We'll get mods. I need my Halo 3 anniversary because Microsoft didn't give that to me. So I need those realistic graphics mod. I know that headshot. I just splatted the head. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. I tell you, dude, the AI and the animations are pretty good in this game. Even though they have guys that just charge at you. But I do think that the animation's pretty good. Yeah. I can see where it's like hard to talk and play a game at the same time. But that's alright. But yeah. I wanted to get some gaming and I didn't want to just stare at a screen and just talk into a microphone. So yeah, this works. But oops. But yeah, it's we'll see, you know, with the we'll see how the first one comes out. They didn't have to give a time frame when the first one's coming out. I'm thinking probably next month or so. With that Halo Reach of all of them too, the one that I haven't played in the longest time. That one I want. I should probably be upgrading my guns. I gotta go back to the base. Just go around killing guys. Yeah, that's the other thing, Benji. They didn't say what the friggin' price was. Like, you know, and that's the biggest thing too. Like, you know what? If they release all these games at $60, $50 each, like, you know, I think people are gonna be pissed because I'm expecting you pay like episodically. Yeah, $20 each. That would be awesome. Or you pay $60 for the Master Chief Collection, and basically, you know, these games just kind of just show up when they're released in your thing, almost like an episodic, like a PC, like a you know, like one of those episodic games. But maybe not. We'll see. Oh. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I really don't know. Like, you know, this one by one, if they're just gonna sell them as different releases, like, I don't know how they could bundle it as the Chief Collection if they're just gonna release these games and just be like, yep, you just buy the game. They gotta have some sort of season. Yes.
All hostages are deceased.
Okay, where am I still going? Whoa! Who's shooting at me? You know what? I gotta switch out my guns, but So I got some good guns here. Let's watch this grenade guy. Oh. Yeah, if they'll do a bundle. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. They gotta do some sort of, like, it is the collection, so they gotta kind of, like, be like, well, here's the one price, and you'll get all these games in this collection. And do that in advance. Like, you're basically buying seasons 1 through 5 or something like that. Sort of like, you know, a Life is Strange type of model or something. Yes. That's gonna be a thing. I saw Rand did a video about that. Maybe he's thinking that it won't be on Steam. You know what? I think they learned their lesson, though. Like, see, the thing is that, like I mentioned in Gears 4 in the last episode, it was 2 episodes I did before, where Gears 4, you know, where they mentioned that, basically that, you know, they had to migrate the PC guys and the Xbox guys in the same lobby because the PC guys were having trouble finding the games. And, you know, I think they improved that Windows Store is just not tolerable. People do not want to buy stuff in it. Oh my goodness, that's not going to cover. So, you know what? It's kind of up in the air. I don't know. It would make sense. I think it would sustain a larger PC community if it stays on Steam. You know, because Gears 4, it didn't do too well on Windows 10. You know, what the hell? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll definitely do crossplay, but I do think that they will, you know, I do think that they should do that at least. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you won't play against console players. Like, they'll see it, these guys. I see, nobody's here now. Let me do this. I know. Let's see, I had a blue gun, but there was a gold gun I thought I got. I got gold loot from somebody. No crappy pistol now. Let's see, was it a gold bag? I'll keep that one. I'll sell all this crap. There we go, it was an armor, no wonder. Those guys are getting harder, and I was, let's see. It's like Destiny style here. Look at this stuff. There we go. Give me this one. Oh, I have more skills? Huh. I go back to my base. Stupid mask. What the hell was the gold thing? I thought I found something that was gold. It was yellow. No, I guess not. My eyes lit up when I saw that thing, and now I don't have it. Maybe it was gloves. No, it wasn't gloves. That was horse shit. That's some horse shit right there. What the hell was it? Whatever. Yeah, I think so. Master Chief. Master Chief's gonna be strong, man, on PC. I don't know. They haven't talked about any crossplay or anything yet. I don't think they're doing it at launch. But they are, but I do think, like, you know, I'm pretty hyped for that. Like, that's exciting news. You know, now I'll have to rebuy him on Steam. You know, I'm pissed off at the Play Anywhere thing. I wish I could have just got him on the Windows 10 store because I bought the collection on Xbox, and, you know, it's not part of the Play Anywhere program. That was my last video. That's some bull. But I'll buy him again. I still got Steam credit that's sitting in there. I gotta use. It's restricted. I'm not a high enough level. I'm doing this last mission here. But yeah, we'll see. You know, we'll see what they do. I'm excited to see. You know, I'm glad that all of them are coming out soon because the way they made it sounded like it was gonna come out. Yes, I've been seeing those, Coonan. I've been seeing those compilations. My goodness, the one where he broke the controller and then he ripped his headset in half. Like he hulked up, man. He like ripped his headset, he cracked it in half. I don't know, unless he has like 6 headsets sitting there, but that headset looked like it was done after he broke it. And then he broke the other controller that was like the parts went all over the place. Yeah, I could, you know, that game, man. It could do that stuff to you, but yeah, I wouldn't get that angry and break expensive accessories on those things. But you know, sometimes, yeah, those games do that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I had to watch it a couple times. Like, you ripped the headset right off, like you snapped it in half. I know he had the rig. Looks like he stepped on the thing. But yeah, oh my goodness. It was like Hulk. He's like, I can't take these challenges, and he just went snap. I was like, holy crap, he really broke his headset. But he's like Iron Man. He just has like a closet full of like just accessories, Xbox accessories, and he just says, give me another one. Like, yeah, Iron Man has all their suits. Yeah, I like he yells at the developers and stuff like that. And you know what? I also saw compilations of like the slow mo of it too, right? And like how it has that magnetism. I could see the one thing though. I'm looking like as I'm watching that game, I don't. It doesn't look like it punishes you too much experience wise. Because I remember the biggest thing with the Dark Souls game was that your progression of leveling up when you die, you got to go back and collect it, and that was like one of the things where you could spend like a 40 minutes grinding and then get killed at the end, and then you got to go recover your souls. And that was something that I'm like, oh, like I don't want to be spending an hour or two invested in a game, and then basically I die and I can't get back to my souls that I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? And because I don't have time to waste time, with all that stuff. And it doesn't look like it's that bad with that one. But I heard it is harder, and I think probably because there's no stamina and it balances out that way. What the hell is this orange thing that I'm looking for? It's over here. Oh. I guess that's... Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, that tweet for Microsoft. Oh my god. That thing hit the internet on fire, but man, that was so... Oh, here it is. Oh shit, you can't hear me. Yeah, that was awkward, man. That was messed up. I thought they deleted it. Instead, they explained it. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, you do lose 50 experience. Okay. Okay, for money for buying upgrades. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see if I can get these guys. So I do this. Pop! And I'm gonna set you up over here. Attack him, baby. This guy's sending drones out at me. Cover me. But yeah. Hopefully the next, just get back, to the state of plays and stuff. We'll see. These whole things, it's a start. I'm glad they got the model going. They at least using the good model of not having a news desk and Major Nelson white gloves. Because again, like I said, that insults my intelligence as a gamer, and that's where I get grinded. Ticks me off. Oh no! There we go. Let's get up here. Man, my turret's rocking. Is it dead? I think it is. You killed my turret, you son of bitches. Oh my god. Why does it seem like everybody has a freaking grenade launcher on these guys? Where's my grenade launcher? I got this little go-go gadget little thing here that they destroy. Yeah, they destroyed it. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna kill him. That's it. We're going shotguns. This guy with a little grenade launcher. Yeah. Where are ya? Fireworks, bitch. Reboot console. What?
Progress resumed.
Bring 'em. Do my Gears of War, no aim lock. Oh, come on. Yikes. Do my Gears of War roadie run. Oh my god.
Backup request sent.
Yeah, let's see, back up. Anybody playing the game? Sons of bitches. I want to do this last side mission. I know, it pulled the Gears of War on me. I was sticking to the sides. Let's see where I get spawned. That big dead body there, big giant. Let's see, is anybody around?
Sending backup request.
Back up. Look at him, he's dancing over me. Back up. Anybody? Well. Damn. What time is it? Oh man, it's 12:30. Oh man. Well, yeah. Hey, I thank you all you guys for coming out. Again, yeah, I'm glad I was able to chat with you guys, kind of do this gaming podcast type, like, grinds my gears thing. Kill two birds with one stone. Get my thoughts out there on the stuff that's been coming out in the news, and get some gaming in. But I want to thank you guys for coming out. Again, I'm gonna be doing some stuff from PAX East, so maybe I'll take some photos. Check out my Twitter, and yeah, everybody got work tomorrow. We all got work. No play now. But thank you all for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support, especially the last week and stuff. I want to thank you guys for commenting on the videos and liking and sharing out my videos, and continue to do that with this one. And follow me on Twitter and some YouTube. I'll have some content from PAX, and let me know, and contact me through Twitter or anything, or direct messages or anything like that if you want me to check out anything, or anything you want an input on. I'll do my best to try to be like a recon for you guys. So thank you again. I'll talk to you guys soon. Grinders, peace out, guys. Enjoy.